When he goes back there, he's like an old friend.
I don't know where we would be if we didn't have CHEO.
What they do here is just amazing.
This is the CHEO Telethon, where you can make a difference for children and their families. A glimpse inside your children's hospital, where your donation helps ensure every child receives the best care. Live from the CTV studios in the Byward Market, your Telethon host, from CTV News, Patricia Bowl.
Good afternoon and welcome to the CHEO Telethon. This is our chance to take you inside our children's hospital, to meet some of the amazing staff and to meet the families who generously share their stories of their health journey. There is incredible work being done by CHEO researchers. You will not want to miss it. And today is also the day where we can highlight the generosity of our community, celebrating campaigns and donations that have happened during this past year. And of course, over the next 3 hours, we hope that the stories we share will inspire you to pick up that phone or go online to make a donation to our children's hospital. Our phone bank is back this year at our new Lazy Boy Lounge here at 87 George, and they are ready to take your donations. We will also be inside CHEO. Jackie Perez shows us the innovations and the life-saving research that sets the standard for hospitals right across the country. Jackie is also here with Stephen Keys as our phone bank host, so let's check in with them now. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. Yes, the countdown is on. We are so excited to be here for CHEO Telethon. Stefan, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Every year, this is a fantastic time of year for us here at CTV and, of course, at Children's Hospital. There's a QR code on your screen. You can pull out your smartphones, pull out the camera, scan that QR code, and it will take you to where you need to donate. But, of course, we also want you to call 613-730-CHEO because all of the volunteers behind us here want to be hard at work for the next 3 hours.
This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Modern Niagara, transforming ideas into world-class care.
All right, good stuff, Jackie. And Steph will be checking back in with you throughout the hour. But CHEO Telethon is all about the kids, of course, every year. And Rosie has the very best job here in studio with the toys, with the kids. Rosie, what's happening?
I'm a big kid myself. I'm having such a great time here in the kids zone. Watch this. Okay, 2 points. Yes, done. We're going to be talking to so many kids and families who are part of CHEO, finding out about their journey and having fun playing at the same time. There's a little plinko over here, so hopefully I can hit that 10,000 point there. We'll see. But something tells me the kids are going to be better at it than I am. We'll see. We're going to have a great time here in the kids zone. Patricia, back to you.
All right, good stuff, Rosie. Let the kids win at Plinko. I know you've been practicing. You're pretty good. You're going to have a blast over there. Now, Dr. Vera Etches is here with me, famous in our city, of course. COVID era, we talked a whole lot. But now, on the CHEO Telethon with us for the first time today, President and CEO of CHEO, and we're so happy to have you here. Your first telethon, are you already feeling the energy, the excitement?
You know, it is truly amazing how important CHEO is to families in our region and how much families support the work that happens there. I really find it a privilege to be able to support the organization.
Yeah, it is incredible. We feel it every year. There are some amazing stories that we get to share of families, and we're always so honored that they will take the time to actually share those stories with us. They're going through some of life's toughest stuff, right? And they'll sit down and they do it, they say, because they love CHEO. So you're only months into the job, of course. Are you feeling that love for this hospital that's so treasured here?
Well, you know, everyone who's working there is there because they want to be. They've chosen to work with children and youth. And you feel that. You feel the dedication, the way that teams go the extra mile just to make sure that families are oriented and supported. There are special things they do to make sure children are comfortable. You know, these are experts. They have every single specialty of medicine that you can imagine for children. And that's what we need when, unfortunately, things can go wrong and we need support. It's right here in our community.
Absolutely. And we had a chance to meet some of those specialists, some of the staff, the wonderful staff at CHEO yesterday when we were there for Bill's big CHEO thank you breakfast, which was so much fun, and seeing you there as well. And I said to a couple of people from CHEO, you know, it's really nice coming in at 7 in the morning. You can find parking really easily. Not always the case.
Actually, I want to let people know.
Yeah.
Thanks to generous donors, it is easier for families now to find parking
this is
because we
good
have a
news.
new parkade, and it's got orange and green on the outside, and that is a CHEO space for families to park just nearby.
One more thing that just makes it easier when you have to be at a hospital. You don't want to be there necessarily with your family, but you guys do so much to make it easier for those families.
Yeah.
But you're very popular, very busy. We're going to talk a little bit more coming up in the show about space and the need to create spaces for families and making it easier for them to get services and treatment all in one spot.
That's right, and that is why we built the parkade, and we know not everyone can come. We also are focusing on getting there by bike and by bus and other options, but it was to move the parking so that we can start a new integrated treatment center, and that will be outpatient space. Very important with greater needs around autism and mental health and complex, conditions. It really means we're going to shift everything to be focused on the family's needs instead of these separate programs with separate wait lists. So it's really starting to change how we think about family-centered care.
I mean, I love that. When we've been inside CHEO and at the CHEO school, for example, talking to some of the parents who are so busy and they're bringing kids to school there and then they have to go elsewhere for a number of appointments and they're kind of running around trying to make it all work. All the parents out there know how tough that is, whether you have a child that's needing treatment at hospital or not. If you can put that all under one roof and just simplify one more thing for some of those parents, that's huge.
Yeah. And it really is only possible with the support of the community. So really appreciate that you're doing this today and helping people understand what a difference it can make.
A reminder that not everything is covered. We all feel like we're paying so much in our tax dollars all the time. It does not cover anything by any stretch.
That's been one of the surprises for me, actually, as I started to understand very basic equipment, machines we need, microscopes we need, they just aren't there in the budget unless there's fundraising.
And we'll talk about all that, how much more complicated that is at a children's hospital when all of that equipment has to come in different sizes, all of that. So we'll talk more. We're happy to have you here on the couch.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here today. And we are going to try and get those phones ringing, get those donations happening, all in support of the wonderful work CHEO does. We take it back to Jackie and Stefan in the phone bank, guys.
Thank you so much, Patricia. We want our volunteers here in the phone bank to be kept busy for the next 3 hours. We know sometimes it's a slow start. We just got on the air, but we want you to call 613-730-CHEO to make a donation. That's 613-730-2436.
Well, Stefan, I had a chance to talk to a lot of these volunteers. You already have the calls coming in. They're excited to be part of this. And again, they are doing everything they can to get your calls so that you can donate today. The number again, 613-730-2436. Now is your chance to donate.
Back to you, Patricia.
All right, good to see both of you here. We'll talk to you again in a little bit, but right now, it is time to introduce you to one of the remarkable and inspiring kids receiving care at CHEO. We begin today with Cece, 5 years old. Her health struggles started even before she was born. The care she is receiving is incredible. Kimberly Fowler has our story of Cece.
Look, I'm in my power chair.
I see that. Wherever 5-year-old Cece Ramirez-Werner goes, crowds tend to follow.
She's a local celebrity in this building. Whenever we come for appointments, I cannot walk through the hall without people that I don't know who know her saying hi and introducing themselves.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
This 5-year-old is the life of the party. Her current obsession, cats.
I love cats. And I got 2 body pillows. Oh. A pink one's named Waffles, but the full name of that one is Waffles Made for Kitty.
Before Cece was born, there was unexpected news from her doctors.
We didn't have a definitive diagnosis until she was born.
And that's when Cece's CHEO journey started, hours after coming into the world on Christmas Day, 2019.
We kind of got like the A-team just showing up in the middle of the holidays to coordinate everything for her. Orthopedics was there, genetics was there, endocrinology was there. They were tremendous advocates for what she needed.
Born with a condition called osteogenesis imperfecta, also known as brittle bone disease.
These children can have literally hundreds of fractures in their lifetime in the more severe form, And so it's a potentially painful condition and one that prevents them from walking.
This rare disorder affects 1 in every 20,000 children.
There's something that one of the doctors said that I'll never forget. She's going to get these infusions and they will help with the bone brittleness. And right now, as you're holding her, is the most delicate that she'll be. She will only get stronger from here.
Having CHEO for those really kind of challenging first few years has let us know that Cece is set up for success.
The family now lives at home, but Cece still has regular appointments coordinated with the complex care team, all while going to school at CHEO.
It's not just a hospital for her, it is her classroom, it is her workplace.
We can be sure that Cece will receive the full curriculum in spite of any appointments and any struggles that she may face. We can be sure that our child won't fall behind.
Treatment that wouldn't be possible without CHEO supporters.
Research is an important part of what we do. Cece is in part how she is today because of the research that's gone on in prior years to get to the point where we have an effective way of managing her and also a sight line on the future.
We are so thankful for CHEO supporters. There's so many things in our lives that are easier because we have the support of the team at CHEO and being connected to the right resources.
And special equipment like this motorized wheelchair Cece is learning to maneuver down the halls at CHEO, allowing her to move independently and confidently.
This is something that families in our situation really have come to rely on, and that their generosity makes our life just so much more bearable on a day-to-day basis is just a great thing.
Cece just finished her 19th infusion on Wishbone Day and is getting stronger.
Trying to show Mommy and Daddy that I was stronger.
It's great to see that she has confidence in her own independence that she's gained over the years here.
Cece's future is full of endless possibilities. Courtney and Louise say there is hope for parents for kids with the same condition.
I know it seems impossible that it's going to be okay. It's going to be so okay. The life is not what you maybe expected for your child before they arrived here, but it's a good life.
All thanks to generous donors like you.
We have yet more to do, and so dollars go towards research, and research is the engine of change.
Get in contact with the folks at CHEO. They will provide the support, and even if you're not here at CHEO, they will do what they can to reach out and make sure that you get the support that you need.
And we are delighted to have a chance now to meet Cece and her family. Amazingly, Cece's joining us here despite the fact that she had surgery just a few days ago. Absolutely incredible. Hi, Cece. Yeah, it's time.
You can say hi.
Can you say hi in your big microphone?
Hi.
Hello. It's so nice to have you here. And your parents, Courtney and Louise, as well. Welcome to the CHEO Telethon.
Thank you. Cece again. And on my casts, I have pink, yellow, green, blue, and purple.
All the colors. So beautiful. Kind of like our rainbow behind us here.
Pattern on the other leg.
There you go. Your casts are absolutely beautiful. You are absolutely beautiful. And your story is amazing.
Yeah. And it's me again, Cece.
here to represent CHEO. So cool. And Mom, Courtney, Dad, Louise, and I mean, obviously she's absolutely incredible. We
and
all
at
say
school,
that
I always have lots of fun.
You have lots of fun at school?
And
what's your favorite thing to do at school?
In the gym, I play with balls.
You play with balls?
Yeah.
And you had that, you were racing down the hallways in the story that we saw. You were fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the gym, I have toy balls, and it's my favorite thing. And there's like a little orange basketball that's perfectly sized for me.
Oh, amazing. Okay. I'm trying to think of how to coax her to come out of her shell here. This is so good. So quickly to your parents, we all say as parents that you love that CHEO's there, whether you're going to need it or not, and you hope you don't. Well, you guys, within a couple of hours of her being born, she was a CHEO kid, you were in care, and you talked a little bit about, telling other parents, you might think it's not going to be okay, it's going to be okay. You had to change your mindset a little bit, right? You're expecting one thing, it's going to be something else, but look at this amazing little girl beside you. Like, how can this not be anything but the most incredible miracle?
No, she's doing really, really well. We've had lots of support from CHEO from like hour one, basically hour two, and they've really set her up for success, and she's doing great.
Yeah, amazing. Luis, you kind of have your hands full over there.
Yes, she's quite a handful sometimes.
I want to continue.
You have more to say?
Okay, what do you have to say?
So you had surgery a few days ago, but you're here. Did you want to come here and see all the other kids and the toys and everything? Yeah? And is that the way you feel when you go into CHEO, that you like to see everyone there too? Yeah, amazing. And how proud is your dad of you?
Oh, I'm so proud of her. Every day she's coming out of her shell and she's revealing herself to us. And
My shell?
Yeah, your little shell.
There was no shell. We're not buying it.
What do you mean my shell?
Oh, every day you just show us a new facet of your personality, and we love it.
You're not shy.
Yeah, you're not shy. You love to sing. You love cats.
Yeah, cats are my #1 favorite animal.
We heard that in Kimberly's story, how much you love cats. Luis, Courtney, what would you say to the people at CHEO and people out there who are thinking about maybe donating? Just quickly, how important has the Children's Hospital been for you guys?
I can't overstate how important it's been. Cece goes to school there. It's a safe environment for her to be able to learn. She gets the physical support she needs. She gets the emotional support she needs. She'll be able to go back to school soon, even though she's had surgery, because everyone can help her.
I want to continue.
I would love to just keep talking to you all afternoon, but they're making me go talk to some other people. So we're going to come back and talk to you a little bit later, okay? Show off those beautiful casts. Thank you so much to Cece's family for coming in. We didn't really need the two of you. Cece could have done it all herself, but we appreciate you being here anyway.
So at school, I do math. And
we're going to raise some dollars for that amazing CHEO school and all the wonderful programs that CHEO does. Our first Miracle Match.
So
This Miracle Match is sponsored by Hydro Ottawa.
Tough act to follow, but Stephane's going to try. Steph, take it away.
Patricia, I'm going to try my darndest, but we want to talk about our Miracle Match. And as a company, a community company, Hydro Ottawa, they are local. They are so invested in institutions like CHEO that help all of us here in the city of Ottawa and beyond in our region. And so representing Hydro Ottawa today, we have Julie Lupinacci. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, thank you for having us. We're so excited to be able to be here for the Miracle Match. It's one of the favorite charities that our employees love to be able to sponsor, and there's so many opportunities with CHEO. We've been friends of CHEO for a very long time. I think we've been in this process for at least a decade, if not longer, and I'm just so excited to be here tonight.
And we're so excited to have you with us because guess what? You talked about being a part of CHEO, Hydro Ottawa donating, or at least in this capacity, for at least the last decade. Last year we celebrated CHEO being around for 5 decades. So we're now 5 decades plus of this hospital giving such strong and amazing care to our city and again, our region, because their footprint is large.
It is. We love this place, and the Hydro Ottawa is a corporate builder, a city builder, and being able to sponsor CHEO, especially at a time now when we're doing a major capital campaign for CHEO. This is like just unbelievable. I'm so happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you. All right, we're going to tell you how the Miracle Match works. Jackie?
Thanks so much, Stephan. Now here's the deal. You call in, you donate, say, $100, then Hydro Ottawa will be matching this. Let's start the clock.
All right, the clock has been started, Jackie.
Love this.
All right, you have to be a little quiet because guess what, guys? You're phoning in. We're busy on the
I am
phones.
hearing a lot of the
You're hearing a
rings
lot of
going off.
chatter
I love
from
this.
the volunteers. We're loving it. You too can be on the phones with our incredible volunteers. The number to call is 613-730-CHEO, 613-730-2436.
Rachel, she is on the phone right now. Thank
Don't
you
interrupt,
guys.
Jackie,
I cannot
come on.
interrupt. Let's go
Try
see
on.
who else is around here. Come with me. Emily, how's it going?
Hi, Jackie.
How are
I'm
the
waiting for a
donations?
phone call.
Guys, Emily wants to chat with you.
I got someone.
Okay, here we go. Thanks, Emily.
I love when they answer the call. 613-730-CHEO. We ask, you deliver, and guess what? This is a Miracle Match segment. So you donate $10, that's $20. You donate $20, that's $40. $40, that's $50. And what?
And? You said 50?
100.
There you go.
How much time is left on the clock? I wonder how much time is left on the clock.
1 minute left, call now.
Okay, all right, 1 minute left. That means you have 1 minute left. Hydro Ottawa is going to match your donations dollar for dollar. Follow me. In case you couldn't follow the math, we're gonna put it on the screen. So we're gonna make it easy for you, nice and concrete. 10 equals 20, 25, 50, 50, 100, 100, 200, 250, $500. You could be boasting to your friends that you donated $500 to CHEO just by doing 250. What time is it? How much time left on the clock?
30 seconds left in this miracle match. Call now.
All right, you heard them. They said call now. Jackie, they said call now. How you feeling over there?
I'm feeling great. I'm trying to talk to a volunteer here, but fortunately,
Yeah.
they are busy with the phone lines. I love to hear it.
That's
Keep
a really
calling
good
in.
problem to have. That's a very good problem to have. We thank you to everyone who's donated so far. And again, there's going to be a QR code on your screen. Just whip out those smartphones, whip out the camera, scan the QR code, make a donation. Easy, simple,
Right, and
easy
that
breezy.
number again?
613-730-CHEO.
Patricia, we're going to take it back to you in studio.
All right, guys, great. Thank you so much. I think I lost control on the couch to the kids already. I can only imagine in the kids zone where Rosie is hanging out today. CHEO Telethon, all about the kids, though, so we love that when they have their moment. Rosie, how's it going over there?
Oh, Patricia, it's going so well. I've got Julia Bashta here. She's playing. She's having such a great time. You should see her. She's taking these circles, right? And then just putting them in the slot. Are you having a great time, Julia? Really? Okay, we were doing this earlier. You filled up almost all the squares. You want to do this next one here? Now, Julia relies on a cochlear implant to relate to the world around her. And by the age of 5, Julia had about 17 surgeries. That's right, huh? And what's it like, Julia, at CHEO? You're also at school at CHEO when you're getting your different procedures. Are you having fun at school?
Yes.
I'm so glad. And your mom and dad, where are your mom and dad? They're here, aren't they? They're right over there, right? Yeah. I'm going to talk to your mom and dad. Can I take the microphone so that they can talk into it? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, come on over here. Let's talk to mom and dad here, Eamon and Haneda. Good. I'm so glad to have you in here. Can you talk about Julia's condition and how CHEO has helped?
Well, Julia was born with a critical medical condition, which is called Child syndrome. So she had many difficulties, including deafness. She cannot hear with one of the eyes. And at the beginning, as you said, she went through many surgeries, actually 17, but now it's not only 17, it's 18.
18
and
yeah.
one coming soon, it will be the number 19.
Okay.
And she is receiving the everything from CHEO.
Talk about CHEO and the care that she receives in the staff.
Yeah, so when we came here, she received all what she needs. So everything she needs in terms of surgeries, follow-up, and therapies, specialty therapies.
Wonderful.
She also had the chance to go to CHEO school. So she's learning every day and she's growing, and we are really grateful about this opportunity.
Okay, Eamon, Dad, talk about, we don't have much time, but what does CHEO mean to you and your family?
CHEO is like a blessing for Julia because it gives her the opportunity to grow, to develop her skills. Actually, mainly her teachers, they are so nice, they are so caring. Like on daily basis almost, they are supporting her like one-on-one. They know exactly what she needs and they try to give her exactly what is required for her. So, and on the top of that, as I told you, they are so caring, they are so attentive that we feel like Julia for them is not just a student, it's more like a family for them.
Thank you so much, Eamon, Huneda, and Julia, the superstar right here. Let's get a shot of Julia. You're going to keep on playing and having a great time, okay? We're so glad you're here. All right.
I play.
Can you say over to you, Patricia?
Can I play?
Of course you can play. Go ahead, keep playing, okay? Patricia, over to you.
Never mind, Patricia, I want to play. I love it. There's so much going on in here. It's like the best kind of chaos. You might hear some crying. That's just our technical staff in here. That's all good. It feels like chaos for me. For Tammy, it probably just feels like
We
every
love
day.
this.
Tammy DiGiovanni is the Senior VP, President of Clinical Services, and also the Chief Nursing Executive. Big title, big building, lots happening at CHEO, but not just happening at CHEO. You actually get out of CHEO with a lot of your staff to help people in various communities.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting because that's been one of the biggest changes over the last 10 years is we really were focused on the main campus and now we're really everywhere in the region. So we are on the road with rapid response nurses. We're in Pembroke and Hawkesbury and Renfrew, seeing kids in their communities, which is really nice for the families and perfect for us to be out in the communities as well.
I mean, huge for the families to save them on a lot of driving back and forth, make it easier for them. Doesn't sound like it would be easier for you, though. Are you overseeing all of that and trying to make it work on a daily basis?
Yes, there's lots of coordination to make sure that that staff are going to the right places, but it's really worth it, and we get to know the communities really well. So when we're out in Hawkesbury, we're working with the Hawkesbury staff as well and answering questions for them, really mentoring them, and seeing the kids at the same time.
Would you like to be doing more of that? Are you doing enough of it? Do dollars allow you to do as much as you could be?
I think it's a really where we can really expand, and with the technology these days, it makes us that it's possible, right? So we're doing a lot more virtual care. We're doing surgeries. The lower acuity surgeries are being done in regional hospitals really across the region. So it means that after surgery, kids can go home within a half an hour as opposed to having to drive 2 and 3 hours themselves. So lots more to do in that regard.
I told Dr. Etches on the other side of me that I wouldn't be asking any COVID questions today, but I'll ask you one. Is that a silver lining that came out of the pandemic experience in learning a little bit more about just how much we could do virtually?
You know, the healthcare system overall really rallied, and within pediatrics across the province and really within our region, I think we're working in a very different way now. We're using the technology differently and doing virtual care, but really that camaraderie and that team aspect has really developed. That is the silver lining out of COVID.
What types of services can you provide, and where does mental health fall in all of this? Because that's a bigger issue at children's hospitals than it used to be, I think.
It absolutely is, and we're quite proud of some of the innovation that we've done in mental health, particularly with eating disorders. We have some new and innovative things that are coming as well. But you know, mental health, what we weren't really tapped into before was the virtual care. And you know, so you know, instead of having kids coming to us, we're doing a lot more virtual care for mental health, and it's really making a difference.
Again, easier maybe if you have teenagers. Say, we're going to make this easy for you. We're not putting you in a car.
It just lowers that barrier, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Tammy, thank you so much for this. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure.
All of the work that you do. And we are going to show you some of that work that happens inside CHEO. There's so much going on there. Jackie Perez is our guide for all of that. She is here, but she was there, and she's going to take you back there right now. Jackie.
Thanks so much, Patricia. I had a chance to see where CHEO provides groundbreaking care and research. And first up, we are going to the Roger Nielsen Children's Hospice. And it's a place that helps families when they need it most. We're here at Roger Nielsen Children's Hospice, and joining me, we have a lovely group here. We have Sam, we have Nate, we also have Thomas, who is doing a wonderful activity here. But I want to talk to Sam first. Sam, talk about the work that you and your team do here at Roger Nielsen Children's Hospice.
Our jobs are basically to make every day as awesome as possible. We do activities, we do music, crafts, all sorts of fun things. So our jobs are just to help the kids have great days and make memories.
Yeah, when we talk about memories, how long have you worked here as a recreational therapist?
So almost 3 years, but I started as a student. Then I ended up finishing my student role, and I volunteered for a little while and came back as a rec therapist. I just loved it, so I didn't want to leave.
What is it about this place that you love so much?
Honestly, it's just such a magical place because there's so much laughter. Every day counts. Every day is special. And we have the coolest kids. These kids are passionate and incredibly brave and strong. And our team is just so empathetic and caring. It's just such a wonderful, great place to be.
Yeah, and you talked about the kids. I want to just shout out Thomas here. Thomas, what are some of the activities that you like to do? I could see baking is one.
Baking is one, and I also like painting, and I also like painting, playing video games, and the music time.
I love that. And it's just the friends that you make here. I also want to just shout out Nate here. And Nate, I've learned that he loves Grey's Anatomy, so we love to call him Dr. Nate. Is that true? Yes or no?
Are you Dr. Nate? Yes, no?
Yeah. Just in terms of community support and donor support, what does that mean for a place like this? It's so unique here, and not just Eastern Ontario, for Ontario as well.
Well, like I said, we make every day special. So our support that we receive from the CHEO Foundation is incredible for making these wonderful experiences for the kids. This weekend we have a big event, so we have Candyland activities coming up. We have special guests that come in. The kids get to meet animals and different characters and just have some great experiences. But it also supports families when they need it most. And I think that that is an incredible thing to be able to do, and we wouldn't be able to do it without the support.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you so much. Appreciate it. We're going to continue baking here and getting some cookie cutouts because I see this little gingerbread man, and I think I'm going to help you out here, Thomas. We're going to take it back to you in studio. All right, let's cut away.
All right, Jackie, thank you. I have a picture of Roger Nielsen in my office. Every time I look at it, I think of some of the amazing work that happens in there, some really incredible people. First half hour done. Here we go. Good afternoon. Welcome back to the CHEO Telethon. We're meeting some amazing kids and teenagers, their incredible families, and CHEO staff who care for our kids every day. This is our chance to show we care too with donations to help make CHEO even better. We will be checking in with our enthusiastic phone bank hosts, Stefan Keys and Jackie Perez, throughout the afternoon. Let's check in with them now. Ready?
Well, Stefan, I'm just talking to Rachel here, and she told me she just got a $1,000 donation.
Very generous donor who is very excited that it's being matched too by Hydro Ottawa. So they're watching that on TV, so people are seeing that. So thank you to Hydro Ottawa too.
Right, love to hear that and see
course.
that.
That is amazing because if you're just joining us, the Miracle Match means that if you give $1,000, that's $2,000. And we want you to give. That QR code on your screen, whip out your smartphone, turn on the camera, scan it. It'll take you to exactly where you need to go.
Maybe we want to do it old school too, Stefan. Donate by phone, 613-730-2436.
730 CHEO. Patricia, back to you.
All right, Steph and Jackie, thank you very much. And again, the kids are all over this building. They are so cute. They are awesome, and they're hanging out with Rosietta, who has our wonderful assignment in the Kids Zone, Rosie.
It's so much fun here. We got even a little music happening. Kids are being entertained. They're entertaining themselves with so many toys. We're going to be talking to some incredible kids, amazing families throughout the telethon right here in the Kids Zone. I'm going to put my knees to the test here, getting up and down, playing a little plinko here to see, how many points I can make. But something tells me the kids are going to do a lot better than me. There's so much to see and do here. Kids are having a great time, and we're going to talk to a great family coming up in just a little bit later. Patricia, over to you.
All right, Rosie, good stuff. Thank you very much. And we are joined throughout this hour by Dr. Vera Etches, CHEO's president and CEO, newly in the job and immediately doing your research, finding out exactly how incredible this place is, providing services with the resources that you have, right? Mm-hmm. That is the struggle. It's one we talk to your predecessor about quite often. And we touched on mental health there very briefly. That's one of the areas where I don't know if our children's hospitals across the country are really equipped to deal with what we've seen in terms of mental health, both before and after the pandemic.
Well, I think this is what we're seeing is the needs have grown. Our population's growing just in sheer numbers of children, but yes, we do see more challenge with mental health. And CHEO has a lot of ideas. The staff know if you don't have to have your child admitted to hospital, that is better. Children often do better at home. And they have been very innovative to think about partial hospitalization programs. So having that relief for the families, making sure that they get that expert care, but really thinking about that balance. So it may not mean overnight, every night. These kinds of innovations, they take changes to our space. They take renovations to a 50-year-old building.
Yes.
And that's again where things wouldn't be possible without donors.
Okay, yeah, we celebrated 50 years, of course, last year, which is an amazing thing, but then you start to think about that in terms of your building and the equipment and the way those spaces are designed. I don't know if there's much that's tougher for parents than having their kids away at hospital overnight. If there is a way to renovate and offer those services by day.
With a partial program.
Yeah.
That's been successful with eating disorders, so it is the kind of thing we're looking at for other mental health conditions.
Okay.
Overall, we are tight on space, so unfortunately we are seeing people are waiting in Emerge. They're waiting for a bed when they need to be admitted into the hospital, and so we're exploring these things. How can we make the most inside the building while continuing to deliver services, get people moving through the building, flowing through Emerge up to the wards and home as soon as possible.
That's so tough. There'll be other parents out there who can relate to this. Your child finally comes to you and says, I'm struggling, I need some help. You go to the Emerge at CHEO. This is the biggest crisis that you have faced in your life and your family with this child, and then they have to say, I'm sorry, there's a waiting list for some of these services and we can't immediately get you help, and you're telling someone who's holding on, can you just hold on a little bit longer? And no one wants to have to do that.
And CHEO's really working to try to make a system of care, working with community partners so that we have the right supports in the community with partnership, but we know there's more to do, and it always takes resources.
Okay, so refresh the memory of the people watching then. You can't just go to the provincial government and say, look, we've got an issue here. We can't quite provide enough service for all and get that funding. It's a little more complicated than that.
I mean, we always want to do the most we can with the resources we have, and we know as our population grows, the needs grow. We'll continue to innovate. Partial hospitalization programs are cheaper than overnight in the hospital, but the needs are there, and you're right, there isn't a budget that comes for capital changes, for renovations. It really is a limited amount that's available across the province, and so the foundation, the CHEO Foundation is making a difference there.
And we love the work the CHEO Foundation does. You're going to get a chance to support the CHEO Foundation. Just quickly, before we go, does that mean some of the older kids who are needing help, 16, 17-year-olds, then do you have to look for some support from adult hospitals sometimes?
Certainly that's what we're talking about, is a seamless transition. We know there's work to be done, working with our partner in the Ottawa, the Royal. That is important in Ottawa to have options for children in those transitional years. These are the kinds of things we're talking about.
All right. Figuring it all out, lots of juggling and finding those solutions, which is what Dr. Etches is brought in to do. A big challenge, of course. You can help with that by donating, and Steph is watching those phones over there for us, along with Jackie. Are they ringing yet?
Patricia, we are watching these phones. We are watching them very closely. Calls are coming in. We love that. And we're maybe wondering, like, hey, I'm donating all this money. You're asking for money. Where's it going to? There are so many programs that CHEO has to offer. They have the Kid Pet Therapy Program. They have a specialized Indigenous clinic called Akuluk. That's the term that it means to express warmth, love, and affection. So they are thinking of everything. And did you know that we could also take your phone call in French, en français aussi? Geneviève, I feel like it's a little quiet over here. Maybe because we're broadcasting in English, but you want to give a shout out to our Francophone viewers.
Absolutely. People from Gatineau, Elmer, Hull, please call me. I'm available to take your call.
That's right. We can take your call in both official languages. And Jackie, you're over there as well. Just tell us how it works really quickly before we throw it back to Patricia.
All you got to do is call 613-730-2436. Susan is waiting for your phone call, so call in now. Patricia, we're going to take it back to you.
All right. Good stuff, both of you. Thank you so much. And for any parent out there whose newborn faces health challenges, treatment can be overwhelming. For Amy and Chad Porter, well, multiply all of that by 3. Not only was the birth of their triplets rare, so were the complications, which required immediate and ongoing care CHEO was ready to tackle. Tyler Fleming has their journey.
He's rambunctious, he's silly, and he's a dancer. Sounds like one fun 2-year-old boy, but look again.
Oh, this is Trev. This is Toby, and this is Ty.
Identical triplets who keep parents Amy and Chad Porter on their toes.
We can hardly keep up to them.
Which the family wouldn't have any other way, after all. Mom calls the threesome her miracle babies, and for a good reason.
If we wanted to have a baby, IVF was the only route.
Born from a single embryo, these rare, beautiful brothers entered the world together in February 2023, 2 months early, impossibly small yet incredibly strong.
But just the rare things kept continuing and happening. All 3 did end up requiring blood transfusions.
But Amy's blood type wasn't a match with her baby's. It's called ABO incompatibility, which nearly took their lives.
Like a layer of stress and anxiety because in the moment you don't know what's going on.
Urgent care and relentless love brought them safely through.
There were so many emotions and so many feelings.
But the family's journey wasn't over. Toby, the tiniest warrior, faced surgery to repair a hernia and later another complication.
He had hemorrhaged in his head.
And you have to trust the professionals at CHEO to help you work through this.
Toby not only survived, he thrived, but there were more discoveries.
They did ultrasounds on the other two boys, and they were also diagnosed with BES.
A condition where a baby's head is larger than average from extra fluid around the brain.
I remember I was just like spinning.
It was really, really scary.
The triplets faced overwhelming challenges, but so was the incredible care that came with them. CHEO's team gave life-saving support, and money raised by its foundation helps fund critical care and groundbreaking research.
Thank you for all of your support over the years, and to all of the generous donors within the community. This care would not be possible without all of you.
When you're dealing with a rare condition, it's not just about figuring it out, it's also about figuring it out how to manage that. We had to involve the hematologist, the neurologist, and then the developmental follow-up, because some of these complications can develop over a period of time.
Every week we're seeing progress. It's like it wasn't too long ago, like maybe 6 months ago, the boys weren't even walking, and now look at them.
3 busy boys packed full of energy.
Very amazing.
Helping mom and dad, their older sisters.
They always care about you and they always give you hugs, and they have different personalities.
They're like little moms. They love their brothers. Emma and Sydney do whatever they can to help us.
The triplets are followed by multiple CHEO clinics, each visit a checkpoint in their remarkable journey.
We definitely feel like it's one big family.
Every scar, every appointment, every triumph. The Porter family's story is a testament to resilience, medicine, and the power of hope.
And with the continued on assistance from CHEO, it can only get better from here.
Wow, that is a whole lot of cute, a whole lot of beautiful. I'm going to introduce the parents, Amy and Chad. I feel like I've got you right away. Maybe you can introduce the boys. Can you tell from in behind here?
So this is Ty here. This is Trip.
Oh,
and
sweetie.
this is Toby.
Oh,
he's okay.
Our little, they're boys.
They are boys.
Yeah.
Yes.
They got
3 rambunctious.
Amazing. We're checking out their pictures on the screen. Can you guys bring us those bears? Do you want to come back and bring us the bears? Get them back up here. They're so cute. Cute for everyone else, from a distance for a few minutes. For you guys, this must be absolutely exhausting, but also absolutely amazing. How much are you loving mothering these triplets?
It's been such a gift, such an amazing experience to have the babies and experience motherhood. We wouldn't change anything at all.
Which is incredible to be able to say. But Chad, for all of them, some complications right off the get-go, and immediately you're there with CHEO getting that help. How has that been? How reassuring is it to know you have all of the experts there and all of those resources?
Oh, it's been so reassuring. I mean, in the moment, there's so much going through your mind and your anxiety and stress, and knowing that all the professionals at CHEO are there to figure out what is going on and work through it with you, and it's so supportive.
I mean, I can't even imagine having twins, let alone triplets, let alone the hospital is following them for some of the issues, but you're doing so well. You have one of the 3 who was a little more severe complications, but is improving beautifully.
Yes, about a week and a half ago, Toby was actually just discharged from neurosurgery and physiotherapy, so that was a huge milestone.
Oh, there we go. They're climbing off the stage. Oh my goodness. Should I be getting up? Let me know if I need to get up and grab anyone. So discharged from
neurosurgery, yes.
Neurosurgery.
Yes.
Yeah, wow. So that must have felt like a real moment.
Yes.
Yes.
It was amazing.
And now they're only being followed for a couple of different things.
Yes, they're still being followed by the neonatal follow-up clinic and ophthalmology.
We have off to the side here, we have a couple of them being entertained by Zed the clown from CHEO. I mean, that just speaks to that whole sort of family dynamic in there, where as soon as you walk through the doors at CHEO, they're going to do whatever they can to help you out, right?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
When big sisters aren't around to babysit and help.
Yes, it definitely takes a village.
Now that you are so aware of what that village is, what would you say to any other parents out there who are maybe facing a multiple birth and some of what might come along with that? What would be your message to them?
Everything will be okay. You know, there will be lots of hills and lots of valleys, and but no matter what, you will get through it.
Absolutely amazing. And Chad, to the parents who might be thinking about donating and supporting the hospital today, for you, just how big has CHEO been in your life?
It's been amazing knowing that there's such a great institution here in Ottawa to help out the children, and I think if you're able, any little donation will make a big difference for CHEO.
Absolutely. They are so incredibly cute. They're checking out everything here on the set. We had the microphone ready to chat, but we lost their attention, so we'll get them a little bit later. Thank you so much to all of you and your beautiful family. Appreciate you coming in. Even that's a big effort, right? Being here. We're going to raise some money to help families like this one, and this is a chance to really make your donations count. This is our second Miracle Match.
This Miracle Match is sponsored by Arnon Corporation, committed to being part of our community and giving back.
All right, Steph, most days I think you're pretty cute, but not after that. You got nothing on these guys. Let's raise some dollars, Steph.
Yes, please. Let's raise some dollars, and Arnon Corporation is here to help us do that with our Miracle Match. A long-standing supporter of CHEO. They've been doing this for years. If you're a loyal viewer of this telethon, you may recognize some faces that we're about to speak to, but the whole family's here. Liz Verage is here with us. Tell us a little bit more about who you've brought with us.
Well, I brought 2 of my grandchildren and 3 of my kids and a son-in-law, but I have 6 kids, and I have a 3rd grandchild, and I think there's nothing more important that you can donate to than CHEO, because at some point everybody's going to need it.
That's right, and this is a family legacy for you. Tell us a little bit more about Arnie.
Well, he got involved, it's about a little over 25 years ago.
Wow.
When one of my kids needed the hospital, and he decided he was going to get involved, and he chaired one of their first capital campaigns, and we've been doing it ever since, and no better place to give to.
We completely appreciate your support and continuing the legacy of Arnie. You have a quick call to action before I hand it over to Jack.
Yes, our dad always said it's not the magnitude of the donation that matters, it's the act of giving that makes all the difference. So for those of you watching from home, please pick up the phone and dial the number on your screen to make your donation to CHEO so that the hospital can continue to do what it does best.
That's right. You heard it, Jackie. A little adds up to being a lot.
Thanks so much, Stefan. Now is the time for our Miracle Match, so let's start that clock. All right, now 2 minutes now, and Miracle Match, this is how it works. For every $10 you donate, they will match for 20, 25 to 50, 50, Arnon will match it to $100, and then 100, you'll be donating 200. It's really that easy. All you gotta do is call 613-730-CHEO, C-H-E-O, 2436. So 613-730-CHEO. Stefan, let's take it to you.
Well, you know what? My friend Daniel here looks like he could use a phone call, 613-730-CHEO, just in case you forgot, because we haven't said it enough. Daniel, how's it going? You're not busy right now.
It's going well. We're getting lots of calls. We've raised about $87,000 just in the last hour.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and folks are sharing stories as well of why it's important to them to donate. And so it's great to hear some of those personal stories when they call us in.
It really is. It's really great to hear those personal stories, but we want to know how much time is left on the clock.
Oh, we've got about a minute.
Just 1 minute left in this Miracle Match. Call now.
Dan, for the kids, or for those who missed it, how much time?
We've got about a minute.
Less now. Oh, goodness. So you got to get those donations in because we want to double your money. Earlier, we heard that someone donated $1,000. We're turning it into $2,000. Daniel, what's the biggest donation you've taken?
Well, we received just $1,200 just a few minutes ago.
$1,200 just a few minutes ago. So if you wanted to do that again, right now, just call. I don't know how much time's left on the clock, but we know time is running out, Jackie.
Only 30 seconds left in this Miracle Match. Please call now.
All right, call now.
Erin, there's about 30 seconds left. How are the phone lines been?
The phone lines are very busy. I just got a $500 donation.
$500 donation.
That means it's
and Arnold's going to match that. I love it. Thank you. What was the math again, Stefan?
$1,000. I was really good at math back in the day, Jackie.
Love that. And we want to keep those phones going, and we are going to move away as Rachel makes this donation for us.
Patricia.
Love those $500 donations. Keep those coming for sure. Thank you, guys. And we have another family over in the kids zone right now. We're going back to Rosie.
Thank you so much, Patricia. So here I am in my green outfit. I'm sitting down and I'm joined by a girl who has the most incredible smile, Kira, and we're twinning right now because she's in green as well. Hi, Kira. Hi. Hi, it's so great to see you, Kira. Oh, good. Okay, so Kira, tell me, why is it so important for you to talk about CHEO?
Well, I think about
So great, by the way. The doctors, yeah.
And the nurses.
And the nurses. They're really special, aren't they?
Yes.
Listen, Kira, you are special too, and I'm so glad that you're here. I'm going to stand up and talk to Mom and Dad right now, okay? Kira, remember you said you were nervous? You did so well. You did so well. It's so great to talk to you. So I'm going to talk to Mom and Dad here. I've got Emma and Scott, Kira's parents, and talk about, Kira had contracted meningitis, bacterial meningitis, when she was just 15 months old. And then you're in CHEO. Can you talk about some of the treatment that she's getting now that you'd like to highlight?
Kira gets, she's followed by a number of specialists in CHEO to this day. She goes in for the seating and mobility clinic. They help her out with her wheelchairs. And she sees the ophthalmologist, and she has a number of specialists following her, helping her out as she continues to progress. The physiotherapist, the occupational therapists. So many people.
It's a team. It's a whole team of people who really take such good care of her. Scott, can you talk about some of the treatment that she's getting? I think you mentioned something about Botox. If you have a quick second to mention.
Well, yeah, Kira has tone. Due to the strokes that she had. They were brainstem strokes. And so in order for her to maximize the benefit from physiotherapy, she gets Botox injections every now and then. And she actually was involved in a study recently that helps kids to avoid having as much anesthetic, and they do actually they play video games, virtual reality through a headset.
While she's getting that treatment.
Yeah, so just by moving her pupils, she's distracted and killing monsters and having needles at the same time.
Thank you so much, Emma and Scott. I'm just going to pass it to Patricia, but before I do that, I just want to say, Kira, you are beautiful. You are amazing. Thank you for coming here.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Over to you, Patricia.
Love that, Rosie. Thank you. Kira shouted out the doctors, she shouted out the nurses, and then we heard about the good work that the physiotherapists do as well. And Emma Novak is a CHEO physiotherapist who has worked with some of the patients that we've seen here already. You know Kira?
I know Kira very well. Yes.
Awesome. And she's doing an amazing job, and we know that part of that is because of the wonderful work that you. Yeah.
No.
The physiotherapists are huge. I know I had my own injury at one point. All of a sudden, physiotherapists are the people you want right in your corner.
Yes, it's actually all therapists I think you want in your corner, especially when you are having clients like Kira, like Cece, who you guys met earlier, with real complex needs. It does, like as Emma said, it takes a village. And as a therapy team, I'm so happy to be able to work within that village.
So Cece, there you can see her on the screen, pulled up right here with us a few days after having surgery, wanted to be here. She's just the sweetest little thing. And obviously at the CHEO school, physio is a huge component of what they get there that they wouldn't get elsewhere.
That's right. We offer a comprehensive program with all therapies depending on client need. And with respect to Cece, you can see her using what we call the WYSIBUG, which wouldn't have been possible without the foundation to be able to supply us with the funds to be able to purchase something like that. Pediatrics, it's very specialized in terms of sizing, obviously, but also in terms of need. So we've been able to offer our kids lots of variety in terms of equipment use.
As we were watching the story when it aired originally on CC, we were all like amazed at just how fast she was going. And how much
yeah,
fun
she taught
was
us
having
more
there.
than she's a better driver than me.
What
Yeah.
do you love the most about your job? Because every time I've walked into that CHEO school and had the privilege of doing, a story on the music program or something wonderful that's happening there, I think
Yeah.
this is really a magical place.
It is such a magical place in terms of being able to work with not just the child, but the family, and to be able to get them so ready for the outside world and to be able to see that growth over the 2 years when they're with us and to allow them to go back to their community schools fully ready to participate in all areas of life.
I think we're all amazed at the strength of some of these kids and the parents too, of course, but how are they in physio? How hard do they work at some of the stuff that you have them doing?
Oh my goodness, they make typical kids look not so strong.
Yeah.
Like they are very, it's amazing to work with children who just want to do, right? They just want to perform to the best of their abilities within their functional abilities.
Feel pretty good at the end of the day knowing you've made
I
a
love
little
it.
difference
Yes,
in
yeah.
the lives of those kids, some of the incredible kids that we are meeting here today. And Jackie has another look at some of the wonderful work that happens inside the hospital supporting those kids as well. Jackie, we're going to take it back to you.
Thanks so much, Patricia. I also had a chance to visit the CHEO's Mental Health Transition Unit. Now, the demand for mental services is growing, and with it, the care that CHEO provides to kids is just truly comforting. So here's a quick look at what we had a time to check out for CHEO at the Mental Health Unit. We're here at CHEO's Mental Health Transition Unit. The space opened in late 2023, and it's a space to provide a crisis assessment as well as intervention for youth here in Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec. Joining me now, we do have Laura LaRose. Tell us about this space. Again, we did mention it opened in late 2023.
It did. So the Mental Health Transition Unit is a 4-bed unit located really close to the Emerge department in CHEO. The space is designed with safety as our top priority and is unique to the mental health program. We have a 19-bed unit elsewhere in the hospital and looked at what are the needs of the youth that we're seeing present to Emerge and how do we best meet those needs in a space that focuses on the connection and involvement with their family, that short-term intensive crisis intervention and stabilization so we can get youth back home and in the community where they belong.
And this space, it's less than 2 years old. Have you seen a difference since we've seen it open up here at CHEO?
We have. We've had incredibly positive feedback from the families and the youth that have been admitted to this space. When you look at the variety of patients coming in for a mental health admission, their needs are vastly different. And having separate spaces that are designed specifically to meet those needs has a huge impact on the patient's experience. You think about kids coming in for medical needs. They have a surgical floor, there's a medical floor, there's an ICU. We've tailored those environments to meet the acuity and specific needs of those patient populations. And now we're doing the same for mental health. That's really important to best provide care where it's needed at the time it's needed for those youth and families.
And it really is important, and the need is always so great, especially for units in places like this. We talk about equipment that's needed. Can you talk quickly about those donor dollars when we talk about equipment?
Absolutely. So within the mental health programs, we have really unique furniture and equipment that sole purpose is to focus on creating a safe environment and an environment that is best suited to the youth that we serve. This is a safety pod. So the safety pods were designed in the UK. We have implemented them across the entire hospital. They are completely donor funded. It looks just like a beanbag chair, but let me tell you, the safety pod meets the needs of some of our most vulnerable youth. So it is a sensory experience. It offers a comfortable, cozy place for a youth to receive care, even in a hospital setting. We have moms in NICU that breastfeed on the safety pods. We use the safety pods for youth that may present needing a blood draw, and their parent is able to curl up, provide that support, and we're able to provide that care in an environment that is not hard and cold and sterile, so we can do what's best for the children.
And that's really at the core of all of this, is doing what's best for the children. Thank you so much, Laura, for giving us a look inside the mental health transition unit. We really appreciate it. For now, we're going to take it back to you in studio.
All right, thank you, Jackie. I think it's been a great hour getting a chance to look both inside the hospital and to meet some lovely people here. We're going to wrap up this hour. We're going to say goodbye to Emma Novak, physiotherapist. Thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure.
And Dr. Vera Etches, President and CEO, first CHEO Telethon, first hour in the books. Last word to you.
Well, I just want to let people know that CHEO is going to continue innovating. We have a lot of ideas about how to continue to improve care. And, hospital at home is something to watch. We know in the adult world, hospital at home is something where people can get the treatment and have monitoring in their homes. It's better for them. But for children, we have to study that. We need different equipment. We need different ways of yeah.
Lots more to talk about. Thank you so much, Dr. Etches.
This hour of the CHEO Telethon is brought to you by Modern Niagara, transforming ideas into world-class care.
Donate if you can. Visit CHEOTelethon.com. Generous corporate sponsors will match your online donation. Your gift will go twice as far for the children and youth at CHEO. Thanks to W.O. Stinson and Son, Access Storage, Subaru Outaouais, Dave and Ann Trick, Mechanical Contractors Association of Ottawa, and RBC for making a difference. It's an online miracle match that doubles your impact.